As a black woman, I am so tired of fighting. But also, as a black woman, you cannot say that people are being racist unless they call you the N-word. But the words that I will use to demonstrate and describe the story I'm about to tell you is prejudice, abuse of power, and discriminative.
The story we're about to look into today is such a very wild story. And guys, guess what? A 5-year-old boy is being sued, not for breaking something, not for hurting someone, but for touching a tree. Yeah, you heard that right. Apparently, this HOA thinks climbing a magnolia tree is a criminal act now. So this TikToker mom, Ariel Banner, a single mom of 5, is calling them out, and she's been on social media trying to get help and support so that she can get this whole case handled with properly. So guys, welcome to today's video. If you are new to this space, kindly subscribe to the channel, like the video, share, leave your thoughts in the comment section, and let us get right into the video.
As a black woman, I am so tired of fighting. But also, as a black woman, you cannot say that people are being racist unless they call you the N-word. But the words that I will use to demonstrate and describe the story I'm about to tell you is prejudice, abuse of power, and discriminative. My name is Ariel. I busted my ass for the last 5 years to buy a home for my children as a single mother of 5. And there is a woman who is filing a complaint on my 5-year-old, who's also the same woman who sits at the head of the HOA, who does not like my 5-year-old touching a tree. She decided to take legal action, and this is what I'm doing today to fight it. The place we're going is to the Bray to kill her with kindness. Thank you so much.
You can either feed it through that machine, or you can.
And if I need to make like 50 copies, that is fine. Or what are you thinking?
Yeah, no more than 100.
Make copies to give to every neighbor.
Shoot an email. You can go to our website again. Type in on the bottom, scroll all the way to the bottom till you see the site.
Okay.
You're gonna type in social worker.
Okay, the bottom. Okay, and I'll send her an email. And
yeah, first one will be library social workers. It's legal forms
Yeah.
that you'll need for anything. And
Okay.
they kind of give you the topic about it.
Thank you so much.
So
that was so hard and embarrassing because everyone can kind of see what you're printing and see that it says lawyer and HOA, but the 2 ladies at the front were so helpful. They helped me with a lot of Orange County resources to lawyers, including family law and HOA lawyers, and they gave me their contact numbers. I'm going to call them on Monday, but now I have all 50 packets of the legal, I guess, suit she's trying to start, a photo of my son in the tree, a photo of my family, and then a photo of everyone else's garbage cans that don't seem to get fines or regulations besides mine in the comparison. This is not to get my neighbors in trouble. This is to just make everyone aware what our HOA money is being spent and used for. And I may lose, but I'm gonna go down fighting, and I have no problem paying my fines and still using my voice to say this is 100% unconstitutional and not right. So no matter how emotionally drained and sad I am, I have to keep going, and there's no better day than Sunday, which is today, to reach people at home. So we're gonna go door to door and hand out the papers to everyone in my neighborhood, excluding the HOA lady's house, even though I know I'm gonna bump into a few board members along the way because it says that 3 of the board members live in the neighborhood. So we're missing 1, but we're gonna hit 2. This is just to put everyone on notice. HOA laws can only be pushed through, fulfilled, and seeking fines as long as they are spread out equally amongst everyone. Maybe if everyone sees that, hey, my garbage can is on that list and I don't get fined, maybe someone will say it's not right to continuously fine the black single mom that lives in the back because you don't like her 5-year-old for touching the tree. As a black woman, I am so tired of fighting. Whoever opens the door, so you give the flower to, okay?
So sorry.
You don't have to say so sorry, okay? Have I spoken to my 5-year-old? Yes. Have I told him not to do it anymore? Also, yes, but he's 5, which means he has to go the next 18 years catching the bus stop at that stop across the street from her house where she's recording him from her window. Tree is not in anyone's yard. The tree is on public property of the neighborhood. Do we have an HOA? Yes. But does the HOA say anything about kids and trees and climbing or anything? No. She's trying to twist Article 8 to be specific for this situation, and that exaggeration of the truth is also illegal. If it's not in there word for word for me to abide by, and as well as my neighbors, then you cannot expand or overreach law just so it fits your depiction of what's going on. So along with these letters, I'm going to grab some flowers from Publix, since it is Sunday, there are some people we're not going to get to because they're either not going to be home or it's bad timing, and we're going to leave every letter with the flower on every doorstep and ask to be treated fairly. So we spent $22 at the public library printing all of our legal forms, and now we are at my local Publix. They usually do 3 for $12 bouquet of flowers, so maybe if I get 8 bouquets and break that down into 1 rose per house, hopefully it can work. So let's see what we can find. The flowers are secured. Sad fact, I've never even bought flowers for myself, but I'm buying them for neighbors not to kick out my 5-year-old. Thank you so much. You too. Starting to get nervous. What I'm doing is not wrong, and I have a disclaimer on the bottom of every letter so she doesn't state that I'm soliciting. But A, half of this is super embarrassing, and B, I know half of them know her and half of them are beyond her side, and half the people are scared of the HOA and don't want to say anything. So all I can do is hope to make a difference and defend my son in the process. Again, I'm gonna pay the fine that she wants me to pay for her attorney fees to sue me and then have to counter sue. I don't know. It's a 5-year-old and a fucking tree. And everything that she wrote in that letter is one-sided and just her opinion. And that's mainly why it's really getting under my skin, is that an HOA is supposed to speak for everyone. An HOA is supposed to be for the community. So I wonder how much the community knows. So that's why I'm really doing this. I don't understand how there's no breach of power or what's the steps actually report, because she's the same accuser, reporter, and filer. And I guess no one sees a problem with that. I guess it's her way or no way, so I have to now kiss the ass of the racist white woman in my neighborhood for the rest of my life because I have a 30-year mortgage, or I pay my fines and I fight. My plan is to get on the board and make sure that everyone is treated fairly, not just the people that she thinks are cool, and give her banana bread and go to her book club. I know everyone is saying to fight, but I can't express to you how tired my soul is. I just want to start by saying that I know that I'm Black. And I know a lot of you are going to say that Black people don't belong in HOA communities. I haven't slept in days. At least not well. Today is October 2nd, 2025, and I have 12 days to respond. If you're new here, my name is Ariel. I bought my first home as a single mother of 5, and my HOA as of today is seeking to start legal action against my 5-year-old for touching a tree and touching a rock. They listed him under Article 7, Section 8 of the HOA and listed him to the neighborhood as a public annoyance and public nuisance to the neighborhood. So maybe call me ignorant or maybe call me naive, but I have never experienced such hatred and isolation over a child in a community. To list him as a public annoyance and nuisance when in Article 7 is usually reserved for loud parties, out of control noise complaints, or excessive parking. Not a human, not a child, for touching a tree. The head of my HOA is the only lady who is seeking this complaint. She is the only person who is recording my child every day at his public bus stop. There is no damage to the tree, nor is he on video or record throwing a rock. She does have video of him touching the branches of the tree. She wakes up every morning at 7:30 a.m. with no children, records my child at a public bus stop for Orange County Public Schools from inside her home window. I know everyone is saying to fight, but I hope you all understand how exhausted my soul is. On Sunday, I walked my 5-year-old son to 63 houses. We walked with flowers to 63 houses in my neighborhood to show them the lawsuit that our HOA money is being used to pursue on a 5-year-old, and to ask them, A, is my son Owen a public nuisance? B, no, Owen is not a public nuisance. Or C, I do not know who Owen is. So I felt like if the neighborhood was going to list my child as a public nuisance or public annoyance to the area, I might as well ask them as the mother, what did my son do? I don't know how any of this is going to go. So I have a meeting today with my real estate agent to see how much money I would lose, how much I would fall behind if I list my house on the market and just get out. It was so embarrassing walking my child to every door. I'm going to read my policy, CCRS. I'm going to read the bylaws, the HOA guidelines for my area, how the board works, rules and regulations that you have to use before pursuing legal action against the homeowner. And I'm going to find out how she is able to do this off of one voice. Oh, we don't know, baby. We're just waiting to see if someone will answer the door, okay? We don't know.
Press 2. Please continue holding in order to report a non-emergency crime
or file a police report.
Got off the bus. It was like another kindergarten, and this lady yelling at us.
What did she say when she was yelling?
She was saying like, "Get off that tree! I planted that tree for 2 days." I said, you didn't plant this tree for 2 days. Your house is right there." And when Aaron started recording this, the husband said, "I don't care if you're recording me." And Aaron didn't say nothing, and that man said, "You better get off that tree." When we got off the bus to go home, Mom saw her. Those windows were up, and she was recording. I saw his mom pulled up. She left the window.
My name is Max Rosa. I got Fox 35. I just wanted to talk with you about the situation with the HOA and see if there's any way that we can talk with you, if we can help in any way.
Alright, I just got home, opening all the flowers and putting them in this glass vase. And me and the kids are gonna walk these door to door with the letters. See how this goes. I live right here across the street. I'm your neighbor. This is Owen. He's 5. He's being sued by the HOA for being a public nuisance to the area. Okay, let's leave this here with the flower.
Not home again.
Alright, this is what we are going to hand out. Whoever opens the door, so you give the flower to, okay?
So sorry.
You don't have to say so sorry, okay?
It's gonna turn in your favor.
It's cases like this that make some people, when they want to buy their home, they just want it to be stress-free for them. They want to be in a neighborhood where they do not have some kind of disturbance coming from the HOA, because these guys are going to pick on everything. The only thing that they might not even pick on, or most likely they will also want to pick on, is the air you breathe in. So now, if you've ever lived under an HOA, you know these people take neighborhood rules a little too seriously sometimes. Like, miss one day mowing your lawn and suddenly they are sending you letters like it's IRS. But suing a child for touching a tree, be for real. That boy is just 5 years old. He probably still thinks the moon follows him home. Honestly, this whole thing says more about the HOA than it does about the kid. Like, imagine sitting in a meeting, full-grown adults debating how to handle a toddler who dared to love nature too much. It's given we hate joy, we hate laughter, and we definitely hate children having fun. For crying out loud, this woman was even recording this innocent boy. Why do you have to do that? Are you trying to use that as an evidence in court? It's not like this boy was doing anything beyond normal. A little 5-year-old boy that is in love with a tree. And Ariel, she's not taking it quietly. Of course, she's a black woman. Maybe people are expecting she's just going to get angry with the whole thing, or she's going to get scared and just go into her shell. But I like the way she's taking the situation. She's out here posting videos, sharing the letters, exposing the HOA for how ridiculous this is. And people online are really rallying behind her, because who does this? It sounds so abnormal, for crying out loud. Now, this also opens up a bigger conversation about HOAs and how much power they really have. Like, here, they're supposed to maintain the neighborhood, but sometimes it feels like they are trying to maintain control over people's lives, even over your properties. Like, hell, in fact, you do not want to live where there's an HOA, especially when they are so jobless, and this HOA thing is what they do all the days of the rest of their lives. And at what point do you go from keeping things nice to straight up harassing residents and their kids? Honestly, I hope Ariel wins this fight, or at least gets that HOA some serious backlash, because if we are at the point where kids can't climb trees anymore, we officially lost the plots. So guys, if you want to know more about the story or you'd like to support this single mom of 5, you can go to TikTok. She created a GoFundMe. You might want to support this cause and see that she gets a victory. So guys, let me know what you think about this whole thing. Is the HOA right for enforcing property rules, or are they just being petty and power hungry? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and do not forget to like, subscribe, share, and also hit the notification bell because guess what, this is not the last time we'll see a case of HOA wilding out just like this. Thank you so much and peace out.